You just need to realize that you will continue to sabotage your success without even realizing it unless and until you can tell yourself that you are worthy, capable, and deserving. As a result, it is critical to take these 7 life lessons on self-worth very seriously. Self-worth is the idea that you value yourself highly. It is the belief that you are deserving of love, respect, and happiness simply by being alive. Although it transcends these ideas, self-worth is closely related to self-esteem and self-confidence. While self-esteem and self-confidence are based on external factors such as accomplishments, appearance, or social status, self-worth is an intrinsic belief that comes from within. People with a strong sense of self-worth have a positive self-image and believe that they are valuable and deserving of love and respect, regardless of their accomplishments or external circumstances. They have a deep sense of self-acceptance and self-love, and they do not base their self-worth on the opinions or judgments of others. On the other hand, people with low self-worth may struggle with feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and self-criticism. You may feel that you are not worthy of love or respect, and you may base your sense of self-worth on external factors, such as your accomplishments or the approval of others. You might not even be aware that you consider yourself a low-value person, and this is where the big heartbreak comes in. Self-worth plays a crucial role in mental health and well-being. People with a strong sense of self-worth tend to have better self-esteem, greater resilience, and better mental health outcomes. They are more likely to take care of themselves, pursue their goals with confidence, and build healthy relationships. Overall, your sense of self-worth plays an important role in shaping your life and relationships. 1. Know that you are worthy of love, regardless of your past. This statement emphasizes the importance of understanding that your past does not define your worth as a person. Sometimes people who feel unworthy of love or respect may not even be aware that they have this limiting belief. It can go as far back as early childhood. If you are aware of a mistake you have made, it's important to acknowledge it, take responsibility for your actions, and learn from them. It's equally important to give yourself grace and forgive yourself, no matter how difficult that may be, and not let your past define your self-worth or limit your ability to experience love and connection with others. We all make mistakes, and these mistakes never determine your worth as a person. Instead, self-worth should be based on your inherent value as a human being, which is not dependent on your past actions or achievements. If you can recognize this, it can help you move forward in a positive way and not let your past hold you back from experiencing happiness, love, and fulfillment in life. Maybe you had a difficult past. You may have made some poor choices in your previous relationships and, as a result, experienced a lot of shame and guilt. Maybe you often felt unworthy of love and struggled to connect with others because you believed that your past defined you. You may not have even realized that you have this limiting belief. The easiest way to go forward is to know that you are worthy of love, regardless of what happened in your past. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that your past will never define who you are as a person. Recognize that you are not your mistakes. Imagine for a moment that you have a $100 note in your pocket. You take it out, and you see that it is very old and has gone through many hands. It's dirty, crumbled, and has a tear in it. The question is that $100 note still worth $100, or is it now kind of worthless? Obviously, it still has the same value it had when it was still new and crisp. Because of our experiences, people get more valuable with age. Just remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and bad decisions. Sometimes we have to deal with poor circumstances, and sometimes life can make us feel worthless. But no matter what has happened or what will happen in the future, you never lose your worth or value, you only get more valuable. Never forget that. Forgiving yourself may be one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it needs to be done. Let go of the shame, guilt, or whatever you are carrying around. Mentally, put your troubles in a bag, put them down, and walk away. Never look back. You can then start to form healthier relationships with others, both romantic and familial. You will be able to connect with others in a more authentic way because you are no longer hiding behind your past. Show up as your true self and recognize that you are deserving of love and respect, whatever may have happened in your past. 2. How you respond is more important than what happened. Your reaction to an event or situation is often more important than the event itself. It highlights the importance of taking responsibility for our own reactions and recognizing that we have control over how we respond to situations. Focus on what you can control, which is your own behavior and reactions, rather than dwelling on what you cannot control. It's not what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens, that shapes our lives. If someone makes a hurtful comment towards you, you can choose to respond with anger and escalate the situation, or you can choose to respond with kindness and understanding, diffusing the tension and potentially even improving the relationship. In this way, how you choose to respond can be more important than the initial action itself. This may be more difficult than you realize, but it is worth the effort to bite your tongue before you say anything that will hurt you and your relationship with the other person in the long run. You can come out of this situation smelling like roses, or you may be the rotten egg. You decide. By focusing on your responses, you can take ownership of your emotions, reactions, and behaviors, and make conscious choices that align with your values and goals. This can lead to more positive outcomes and healthier relationships, as well as a greater sense of personal fulfillment and growth. 3. Don't allow things to define you. Don't allow external factors to define your identity, self-worth, or sense of purpose in life. It highlights the importance of recognizing that you are more than your circumstances and that you have the power to shape your own identity and path in life. Many times, people let their job, material possessions, or relationships define who they are. They may feel like their identity is tied to their job title, their income, or their relationship status. This may lead to a narrow sense of self and limit your potential for growth and fulfillment. You have to shape your identity based on internal factors instead of letting external circumstances define you. You can choose to define yourself based on your unique qualities and aspirations. By not allowing things to define you, you should cultivate a sense of self that is authentic, resilient, and adaptable to change. Create a personal narrative that reflects your values, passions, and goals, rather than being confined by external labels or expectations. This can lead to a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose in life. What if you defined your self-worth by your job? Let's make it more difficult. What if it was a high-paying job and you were very successful at it, and you felt like your identity was tied to your job title and your income, and then suddenly one day you lost all of that? You would feel devastated, right? You would feel like you had lost a part of yourself, and you may struggle to find meaning and purpose outside of this job and the money that goes with it. To get out of a situation like that, you might have to explore other aspects of your identity. Start thinking about your hobbies, interests, and personal values. You may then realize that you had neglected these areas of your life while you were working at this high-paying job, but now you can start to prioritize them. You may discover other aspects of your life that you have been ignoring for the longest time. You might find that the hobby that you have also neglected can become a huge money earner for you. If you are able to redefine yourself based on your personal values and passions rather than your job, you may discover that you are more than a job title or income, and you may find a sense of fulfillment and purpose in life that you had never experienced before. 4. Never compare yourself to others. Avoid the trap of comparison and instead focus on your own goals and accomplishments. Social media and other sources of external validation can create unrealistic expectations and cause you to feel inadequate or unworthy. Instead, focus on your own journey and celebrate your accomplishments. By shifting the focus inward, you can cultivate a stronger sense of self and confidence in your own abilities. On social media, it's easy to compare yourself to others who seem to have it all together. You might see posts from friends or acquaintances who are traveling the world, landing their dream job, or starting a family. These posts can make us feel like we're not doing enough or not living up to our full potential. However, instead of comparing yourself to others, you can choose to focus on your own goals and accomplishments. You can celebrate your own unique journey and appreciate the progress you have made so far. By shifting the focus from external validation to internal satisfaction, you can cultivate a sense of self-worth that is not dependent on external factors. You can set your own goals and standards and measure your success based on your own progress rather than comparing yourself to others. 5. Embrace your uniqueness. As children, we don't want to be different. We want to be exactly like others. As an adult, it is important to embrace your individuality and recognize that everyone has their own unique personality traits, hobbies, and interests. This is a good thing. Celebrate your differences and avoid trying to conform to a certain mold or standard. Many people feel pressure to fit into a certain mold or meet certain expectations set by society, their peers, or even themselves. It will make you feel inadequate and raise your levels of self-doubt. You may feel like you don't measure up to the ideal. However, by embracing your uniqueness, you can cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth and confidence in your own abilities. Instead of trying to fit into a certain social group or pursuing a career that doesn't align with your interests, you should embrace your uniqueness and explore your own passions and talents. Your hobbies or interests might be different from what your peers are interested in. Never just do what is expected of you. By embracing your uniqueness, you can also cultivate a sense of authenticity and create deeper connections with others. When individuals are true to themselves, they are more likely to attract others who share similar interests and values. 6. Focus on your strengths. It is so much easier to focus on your strengths than it is to focus on your weaknesses. Your strengths are your God-given talents, and you are probably much better at them than most people out there. Build on your strengths, talents, and skills, and use them to your advantage, rather than constantly trying to improve your weaknesses. Many people tend to focus on their weaknesses and shortcomings, which leads to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. But by focusing on your strengths, you can cultivate a stronger sense of self-worth and confidence in your own abilities. Look out for opportunities that allow you to showcase your strengths and surround yourself with people who can complement your strengths with their own unique abilities. By focusing on your strengths, you can also develop a sense of mastery and achieve a greater sense of fulfillment in your personal and professional life. You may feel more engaged and motivated as you are able to leverage your strengths to achieve greater goals. 7. Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Nurture a positive self-image and trust in your own potential, rather than allowing self-doubt or negative self-talk to undermine your confidence. Believing in yourself involves having confidence in your abilities and potential, even in the face of challenges or setbacks. When you believe in yourself, you are more likely to take risks, pursue your goals, and persist in the face of obstacles. People who believe in themselves might set more ambitious goals for themselves and work hard to achieve them, even if it requires stepping outside their comfort zone. They might view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning rather than as signs of failure or inadequacy. If you believe in yourself, it can lead to a greater sense of self-acceptance and self-love. When you have faith in your own abilities and potential, you are less likely to compare yourself to others or seek validation from external sources. Instead, you can cultivate a deeper sense of self-worth based on your own intrinsic value. You may have realized by now that you have been sabotaging your own success without even realizing it, and you are ready to take matters into your own hands to correct your feelings of worthiness and improve your capabilities. Because you now understand that you will never be successful unless and until you can convince yourself that you are worthy, capable, and deserving. If you're wondering how to persuade yourself that you're worthy, capable, and deserving, there's a link in the description that can help you accelerate your transformation to become the best at what you want.